Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's tutorial, I will demonstrate how to draft the patterns for this asymmetrical A-line front pleated dress for a little girl. This dress is for a 6-year-old girl. Hi, my name is Ayo and welcome to 011 Clothings Tutorials. On this channel, I upload DIYs, pattern drafting and sewing tutorials. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do so and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now, let's get right into the tutorial. Thank you! I'll be working with the following items: tape measure, rulers and curves, tracing wheel, pins. Ideally, a pencil should be used to draft the pattern, but for tutorial purpose, I'll be using this marker pen, water erasable fabric pencil, calculator, a pair of paper scissors, a pair of fabric scissors, a matching long zip, 2½ yards of damask fabric, 2½ yards of lining fabric, pattern paper. I'll be working with the following measurements: shoulder to shoulder measurement 9.5 inches, around chest measurement 20 inches, around hips measurement 24 inches, dress length 35 inches. So I have here this pattern paper which I've already laid out on the table, and I've drawn a margin of 2 inches at the top and on the left hand side of the paper. The dress length that I'm working with is 35 inches. So I'll go ahead to measure and mark 35 inches like this from the upper starting line. I will draw a horizontal line across, and this line is the hem of the pattern. Next, I will measure and mark 1 inch from the upper starting line, and this is the shoulder line. I will draw a horizontal line across like this. To calculate the armhole depth, I will divide the around chest measurement by 4, and this is 23 inches divided by 4, and this is equal to 5.75 inches. From the upper starting line, I will measure and mark 5.75 inches like this. I will draw a horizontal line across. This line is the armhole line. Note that this pattern that I'm drafting is for the back of the dress. For the back neckline, I will use a value of 2.5 inches by 1 inch. Using a French curve, I will draw the back neckline curve like this. Next, I will divide the shoulder to shoulder measurement by 2, and this is 9.5 inches divided by 2, and this is equal to 4.75 inches. On the shoulder line, I will measure and mark 4.75 inches like this. On the armhole line, I will also measure and mark 4.75 inches. I will connect these 2 points together with broken lines like this. I will also connect these 2 points together like this to give me the slanted shoulder line. Next, I will calculate measurement plus 1 inch for ease divided by 4, and this is 23 plus 1 divided by 4, and this is equal to 6 inches. On the armhole line, I will measure and mark 6 inches like this. I will locate and mark the middle point on the broken line. From the middle point, I will go in by half an inch. I will connect these 2 points together like this with my ruler. I will also connect these 2 lower points together with my French curve like this. For the hem of the pattern, I will calculate the around hips plus 1 inch for ease divided by 4, and this is 24 plus 1 divided by 4, and this is equal to 6.25 inches. At the hem of the pattern, I will measure and mark 6.25 inches like this. I will now connect these 2 points together like this to give me the side seam of the pattern. From the side seam at the hem, I will measure and mark 3 inches like this. I will now connect these 2 points together to give me the A-line silhouette of the dress. Next, I will add a 1-inch zip allowance to the center back of the dress pattern like this. I will now cut out the back pattern. I will place the back pattern on this new pattern paper like this. I will fold the zip allowance like this. I will use this back pattern to cut out the front pattern of the dress, but the zip allowance will not be included on the front pattern. I will pin the back pattern to the new pattern paper like this. At the neckline, I will draw out a horizontal line from the neck point like this, and I will draw a vertical line like this. I will measure and mark 3 inches for the front neck depth like this from the upper starting line. The front neck width remains the same as the back. Using my French curve, I will draw a new neckline curve for the front like this. I will now go ahead and cut out the front pattern. These are the front and the back pattern pieces. This is the back pattern. I will locate and mark the middle point on the armhole line and also the hem. I will not include the zip allowance when locating the middle point. I will connect the 2 points together with a straight line like this. I will now slash this line from the hem to the armhole line and then sideways to the side seam. I will open up the pattern like this. I will place another pattern paper underneath it like this. I will open up the hem towards the side by 3.5 inches. I will sellotape it in place. I will redraw the hem like this. I will now go ahead and trim off the excess pattern paper. Now I have successfully added the extra fullness needed to create an A-line silhouette for the back pattern. This dress design features a cap kimono sleeve, so I will include it now at the armhole. I will fix this extra pattern paper to the armhole area of the pattern like this. I will use a glue stick for this. From the tip of the shoulder, I will go up by 1/4 inch. I will now connect this 1/4 inch point to the neck point like this using broken lines. This is where the shoulder ends on the broken line. From this point, I will measure and mark the length of the cap kimono sleeve, which is 2 inches. From the 2-inch point, I will come down by 1 inch. I will now connect the 1-inch point to the new shoulder line, which is the broken lines, with my French curve like this. From the base of the armhole, I will come down by 1 inch. I will now connect these 2 points together with my French curve like this. This curve is too shallow. I will correct it like this. I will redraw it like this. So this is the curve that I will be using for the armhole. I will now cut it out. This is the front pattern. I will draw out the armhole line like this. I will locate the middle point like this. I will draw a vertical line like this straight down to the hem. I will slide the pattern from the hem to the armhole line and then to the side. I will place another pattern paper underneath the previous one like this. I will open up the hem by 3 inches towards the side seam and I will sellotape it in place. I will redraw the hem. I will cut off the excess pattern paper. I have successfully added the extra fullness needed to create the A-line silhouette for the front of the pattern. For the cap kimono sleeve, I will fix this extra pattern paper to the armhole area using my glue stick. Using the back pattern as a template, I will draw out the shape of the cap kimono sleeve on the front pattern like this. I will cut it out. I have here a new pattern paper which I will fold into 2 equal halves like this. Because the front of the dress is asymmetrical, we will need the full front pattern. So I will pin the center front of the front pattern along the folded edge of the folded pattern paper like this. I will also pin the remaining part of the pattern in place like this. I will cut it out. I will remove the old pattern piece from the new one. And this is what the full front pattern looks like. I will draw out the central front line like this. I will now draft the part of the dress that extends beyond the center front. From the base of the armhole curve, I will measure and mark 3 inches like this. This 3-inch point should be about 3/4 inch from the armhole curve. From the 3/4 inch point, I will measure and mark 1.5 inches. I will connect the 2 points together with a short vertical line like this. This 1.5 inch point is 1.5 inches away from the armhole. I will connect the upper part of this short vertical line to the neckline at the center front like this with a slight curve. At the hem, I will measure and mark 5 inches from the side seam. I will now connect the lower part of this short vertical line to the 5-inch point at the hem like this, using my ruler and also my curve. From the middle point of the front neckline at this side, I will draw a slanted line that is parallel to the previous curved line down to the hem of the front pattern, like this. This line indicates where the front overlap ends and also where the facing begins. For the front, we have 3 pattern pieces. First, I will trace this out, and it will be the first front pattern. And this outline that I'm showing you with my hand will be the second front piece. The distance from the line at the hem to the side seam is 2 inches. I will pin the front pattern to a new pattern paper like this. I will trace out one of the front pattern pieces like this using a tracing wheel. I will remove the old pattern and I will cut out the new one like this. So this is what I traced out, as you can see. Next, I will cut out the second front pattern from the full front pattern like this. So this is what we have for the two front pieces, and as you can see, both pattern pieces overlap one another. This point is the center front on the neckline of this front pattern piece. The third front pattern is the facing, which I'm going to trace out from this smaller front piece. I have pinned it to a new pattern paper. I will now go ahead and trace out the facing piece like this. I will cut it out. So this is the facing piece. There are two pleats at the front of the dress. These pleats will be created on the largest front piece. At the hem, from the side seam, I will measure and mark 8 inches. From this 8-inch point, I will measure and mark 5 inches. From the upper part of the pattern, I will measure and mark 5 inches downwards like this. Also from the upper part, I will measure and mark 1.5 inches along the neckline curve like this. I will now connect these 2 points that I marked at the upper part of the pattern to the points that I marked at the hem of the pattern like this using my ruler. I will slash the lines. I will label the sections. I will open up the sections of the pattern pieces by 3 inches. I will fix new pattern paper in between the sections using my glue stick like this, and the space in between will be 3 inches each. I will trim off the excess paper. So now I have created the pleats in between this front pattern piece, as you can see. And this is what the front of the dress will look like after the pleats have been folded in place. This is one of the front pattern pieces needed to make the dress. This is another front pattern piece. This is the front facing piece. This is the original front piece that will be used to cut out the front lining. So I have 4 pattern pieces for just the front of the dress. And for the back, I will use just this single pattern piece to cut out the main fabric and also the lining. So that's it guys, we are done. Stay tuned for my next tutorial where I will cut and sew these pattern pieces on my fabric. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, share this video with your friends who are interested in sewing, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. See you in my next tutorial. Bye, and thank you so much for watching.